Scheme Amendment Bill, first reading.
The Honourable Peter Dunn.
I move that the Student Loan Scheme Amendment Bill be now read a first time, and at the appropriate time I will be recommending that this bill be referred to the Finance and Expenditure Committee for its consideration. Mr Speaker, the Student Loan Scheme represents a major financial investment by the New Zealand Government in New Zealanders' future. It is a generous scheme which, since its introduction in 1992, has supported many thousands of students through our tertiary institutions and into productive careers. However, the support provided through the Student Loan Scheme is subject to the same responsibilities and obligations as any substantial financial loan assistance. That is, it is a loan and it is expected to be repaid. Now, currently there are some 621,000 borrowers who have a loan balance with Inland Revenue. The nominal loan balance is around $12.07 billion. So it's important that the government takes all necessary steps to ensure that the student loan scheme is managed as efficiently as possible. And that expectation was outlined by the government in Budget 2011, and it's central to the changes proposed in this bill. The bill introduces a range of proposals designed to improve the value, efficiency and fairness of the student loan scheme by encouraging greater personal responsibility and accountability on the part of borrowers towards their repayment obligations. To introduce greater fairness across the student loan scheme, the bill proposes to maximise loan repayments made by New Zealand-based borrowers by removing the ability to offset losses against net income in order to reduce their liability for student loan repayment purposes. As a consequence of this measure, the bill also proposes to extend pay period assessments to the earnings of all borrowers, thereby removing the need for the annual square-up assessment for borrowers' salary and wage earnings. However, borrowers who have significantly overpaid their repayment obligations on a pay period basis will still be able to apply for a refund, and those who have significantly underpaid will have catch-up deductions. In a further measure to help improve borrower accountability, the bill also gives Inland Revenue the ability to receive a borrower's contact person details from StudyLink. The purpose of this change is to help facilitate Inland Revenue's contact with a borrower who is in default and who has not updated their current address details so they re-enter the repayment system. While this is a particular problem among borrowers who have left New Zealand to embark on overseas travel, it is equally relevant to New Zealand-based borrowers who may change address frequently after they complete their studies. So for this reason, from 1 January 2013, all new loan applications will require a contact person to be nominated by the borrower. And Mr Speaker, it is worth noting that a contact person will be contacted only for the purpose of providing a borrower's most recent contact details, and they must be willing to act in that capacity. They will not be made privy to any details relating to a borrower's loan balance. To further improve the repayment levels of overseas-based borrowers, the current repayment holiday provision will be reduced from 3 years to 1 year. Since 2007, borrowers have received an automatic 3-year suspension from their loan repayment obligations upon leaving New Zealand. This is a very generous provision aimed at giving young New Zealanders the flexibility to undertake overseas travel at a time when their earnings can be sporadic. However, after the 3-year holiday has ended, some borrowers become out of touch with Inland Revenue and become unaware that their repayment obligations have resumed. So to encourage borrowers in this position to resume their repayments when the repayment holiday comes to an end, the bill proposes that borrowers who intend to go overseas from 1 April next year will be required to apply for the repayment holiday up to 6 months from the date of their departure and to supply a New Zealand-based contact person as a condition of their application. Finally, sir, the bill contains a number of small, minor technical amendments to ensure its effective operation. For the vast majority of loan borrowers who do the right thing and repay their loan on time, the changes that are proposed in this bill will be a welcome step towards improving the overall integrity of the student loan scheme by instilling greater fairness and accountability in the system. For the government, it is a matter of good governance to ensure that the student loan scheme operates efficiently and with fairness. So the measures contained in this bill are designed to achieve those objectives by ensuring that student loan borrowers continue to pay their loans back according to the rules. I therefore commend the bill to the House.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. Stuart Nash.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, I support this